So you have a 9 to 5 job that pays the bills, but you're not happy, you're not satisfied, you feel like there is more to life. You might have a passion, but you don't know how to make a living off your passion. Or you might not have a passion, don't know what you really want to do, but all you know is that you're not enjoying what you are doing. If that's the case, this video is for you. Hello, my name is Helia. Welcome to my channel. I am going to share with you my personal story in this video and my transition from 9 to 5 to having my own business, being my own boss, having my own freedom of time and location, and making more money. So watch until the end of this video, take notes, and hopefully you can apply those teachings to your own life. So when I first moved to Canada in 2012, I had never worked before in my life. I was always either living with my parents or I was in a relationship with my partner, and I was kind of a housewife and my partner was responsible. In 2012, I moved to Canada on my own for the first time, and I had to find a job and make money and be independent for the first time. That was scary and exciting at the same time, and I found the job relatively quickly, like within few weeks. I found a job in an office and I stayed there for a few months, and then I found another job in a better office, better corporation, closer to home. And I remember I was so happy during that time. I was feeling independent. I was paying my own bills. I was having my own home and just feeling of being independent. The amazing feeling of being independent was so beautiful and so powerful, and I enjoyed every day. Every day was so happy, so grateful for my job, but it didn't last long. It lasted about 3 to 4 years. The fourth year, I was becoming really, really unhappy. I did not appreciate the commute to work. I felt kind of bored. I felt like going to the same office, same cubicle, doing the same thing every day was driving me crazy. Right before I quit, I was so miserable that I wouldn't talk to anyone. I wouldn't hang out with my colleagues, and they would know. They would come to my desk and ask how I'm feeling and if I'm doing okay, because I haven't been myself recently. And it was just so sad because that's not me. I'm usually a very uplifting, happy, positive person, but I was miserable. So I was really happy at the beginning, first year, second year, third year, it was okay. And I changed jobs and I got a better position and more money and different environments. It's not that I was in the same position or the same corporation. I kept working on myself and becoming better at what I do. And I started climbing that corporate ladder, taking more responsibilities, getting into management and leadership positions. But I always felt like there is something more to life. I have more to offer than this office environment and a 9 to 5 job. I was so unhappy. I wanted to have flexibility. I wanted to work whenever I wanted to work. I remember when Friday comes and everybody said, TGIF, thanks God it's Friday. And it really didn't sit well. I always thought, why should we do something that makes us miserable for 5 days out of 7 days and just be happy, thank God it's Friday, go home, binge watch, do whatever usually the majority of people do, have unhealthy food, unhealthy lifestyle, and waste time for 2 days and really dread Sunday evening and Monday morning coming to work with a long face, and just this whole attitude of not being satisfied, not enjoying every moment of life. I did not understand that, and I am so against it, and you should be too. We live this life, at least as this human being that we know, only once, one life, and it is short, within a blink of an eye. I don't know how old you are when you're watching this video, but you listen to everyone who's at a certain age, they will tell you life is short. And why not make the best of it? Why do something that we don't enjoy? Why live for the weekends only? Sometimes I thought I don't want to work on a Thursday, but I want to work on a Sunday. Some days I might want to start working at 7 a.m. because I feel like I have more energy in the morning. Sometimes I don't feel like waking up early and I have more energy towards the evening and at night, and I want to work all the way till 9 p.m. Sometimes I want to work 7 days a week. Sometimes I want to take a whole month vacation. And I believe we as human beings, the freedom is the most valuable things that we should fight for. Freedom of time, freedom of location, freedom of money, freedom of choices. By the way, freedom of money brings you freedom of choices. And money is just this beautiful, amazing tool that gives you more options, more choices in your life, whatever you want to do with your life. There's nothing wrong with wanting more money. So anyways, towards the year 4th or 5th in my corporate life, I really became miserable. I could not continue. I could see in my energy the person I was becoming bitter. I was becoming sad. I was resisting everything. I was resisting my colleagues, my boss, the environment. And I didn't like the person who I was becoming. All I knew was that the most important thing for me at that time was freedom. I want to have the freedom to do whatever I want to do, work whenever I want to work, make as much or as less money as I want to make based on the effort I put in. And I want to be my own boss. I want to have my own schedule, be responsible for my life. I don't want a corporation to be responsible for me. And I want you to think, if you have a job that you are not happy with, the first step, what is important to you? Do you want to have more freedom? Do you want to have a more balanced life? Make more money? Do you want to make less money and have more freedom of time and spend more time with your family? What do you want and what is important to you? Do you have a passion? Do you know what your passion is? What gives you life? And maybe there are people who are doing the same thing, following the passion that you like, and they're making money. So if someone else is doing that, absolutely you can do it too, because our essence is the same. We are all soul. We are all from the same source energy. We just have to develop some of the skills and talents that is required for the new thing that we want to do. So think about it. What is it that motivates you? And then I started to thinking about, what is it that I can do? I don't want to go back to school. I don't want to spend 3 years, 2 years, 4 years, whatever, studying. I really want to start having my own business right away. The thing that came to my mind at that time was real estate. I started, when I was still going to my job, I started studying real estate and working towards getting my real estate license. It took me a few months. As soon as I got my real estate license, almost immediately I quit. Before having any client, before understanding the real estate world really, I had a saving, thank God, because the first year I almost didn't make anything. I only had one lease. It was really, really scary. So long story short, the second year I got a real estate coach for a few months and I did better, but still there was a lot of hustle and grind in the real estate business, which I was not expecting. So if you are thinking about having your own business, expect to work a little bit harder than your 9-to-5 job, specifically in the first year. And that should be okay for you, because if you are thinking about having a lifetime of fulfillment and following your dream and passion, who cares if you have to hustle for a year or 2 or 3? And eventually things started to get better, especially after I started taking Bob Proctor program, which was called A Paradigm Shift. I have heard about Bob Proctor from the movie The Secret. He was one of the teachers who talked about the law of attraction, and they were offering a program, Paradigm Shift, full year program to help with your business. And I took the program and I absolutely fell in love with Bob even more. I knew him from the movie, but I didn't know his teachings that deep. I fell in love with his teachings even more. Everything made so much sense. So the program was about the mind and how your mind and your thoughts and your feelings, your emotions, your subconscious programming is controlling you all day long. And the results that you are getting in your life, no matter what you're doing, is in a direct relation of that paradigm programming, that subconscious programming, how to become aware of that and how to eventually shift that so you can change your results and you can live a better life. So I did that. I took the year course. Within 6 months, my business started getting better and better. I started getting more clients. I was still working hard, but much better results, like 10 times better. And then towards the end of that year, I started tapping into luxury real estate market, and I was working less because I was having higher commissions, luxury real estate, and really enjoying the prosperity and that I was creating And then about a year into that, like after I took the Bob Proctor program, I found myself. So in real estate world, they teach us that wherever you go, you want to talk about real estate because everybody can be a prospect. So you talk about where people live, how long have they been living there, where do they want to move to, and start a conversation and see if there's anything there you can help them with to sell or buy or whatever. But I found out that after taking Bob Proctor program, I was talking to people about Bob Proctor's program in gatherings and social events, wherever I was talking to someone or online. I was talking about Bob Proctor's program and the mindset more than real estate. And again, at some point, I got to the point that I was not enjoying the real estate business anymore. The money was good, but there was no fulfillment. I thought there is more in life, and I see myself doing what Bob Proctor coaches do. It's really my passion to wake people up, to make them understand how powerful they are in the power of their mind, how they can change absolutely anything in their life when they learn teachings of Bob. And that became a burning desire, as Napoleon Hill explains. That passion, thinking about becoming a Bob Proctor coach, teaching Bob Proctor teachings on how to shift and change your subconscious programming really became a burning desire. And the more I loved it, the more I studied it. And by the way, I never stopped studying Bob Proctor's teachings. It's been a few years now, maybe 4 years. I never stopped studying. I study Bob every day, even if it's for a few minutes. I listen to Bob. Every time I study, there is a deeper layer of understanding. That's how beautiful and deep this material is. And I am so grateful for Bob. I am so grateful for getting to know this material. He was such a legend. He has changed so many lives. Anyways, long story short, I quit real estate. I applied to become a Bob Proctor coach. I go through a 6 months program that is for consultants and coaches to become licensed. So I get my license from Bob Proctor. Here's the point. Here's the lesson for you. Dare to live the life of your dream. And believe me, when you dare to do that, the universe opens up the doors. Refuse to do something that you do not enjoy. You have much more reservoirs, talents, and abilities within you, but you're not going to know. You are not going to tap into that reservoir unless you have to, unless you put yourself in a situation that you have to tap into those talents and abilities. You can, believe me, if you have a desire, if you have a burning desire, if there's something on your mind that you want to do, it is for you. If it was not for you, universe, God wouldn't put that in your heart. The fact that you want to do something, the fact that you like to do something, the fact that you're thinking about this thing that you've never done before is because the fulfillment of that desire is calling you, because it's yours. It's yours and you have to go after it. It is your responsibility as a human being to go after what you love to do. Why would any human being do the things that they do not enjoy? It's all your mind saying that you have to be in that job because it pays the bills. How do you know you would not be able to do what I did? I am no one special. If I could follow my dream just one step at a time, you could do that too. Don't think about the final stage. Just think about what would give you more joy right now, right here in this moment. What step do you need to take? And for me, I quit and I start because that's how I am. I like to burn the boats. I don't want to look back. I say goodbye. I close the doors. I burn all my boats so that I can focus in the new direction. But maybe that's not you. Maybe that wouldn't work for you. And that's scary. That's not easy, by the way. And sometimes we have to do this scary thing. But sometimes you can also keep your job and start a side hustle. You can absolutely do that. See what works for you. But for me, if I did that, I would have never moved on, at least not that fast. I would still be in my previous job. So if you want to move fast, you burn your boats and you close the doors and move to the next chapter. But if that's huge for your nervous system and you don't have any savings and that's going to really stress you out, you don't want to be in that energy of stress and anxiety. Definitely don't want to be in that energy. And so that's all I'm doing right now. I'm a licensed Bob Proctor coach. I have freedom of time, I have freedom of money, I have freedom of location. I travel whenever I want, I go wherever I want, I take my laptop, I take my cell phone, I have clients, Zoom calls, and I deliver value on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on social media, and I help and serve people online. And I absolutely love every minute of my day. I was talking to someone today and he was saying, you work too much. Why do you work so hard? Why do you work too much? And I told him it's because I love what I do and it doesn't feel like work to me. It's my passion. I'm living my life purpose, or if you would say my dharma, I'm living my dharma. Every day I am serving, I'm getting to share with people my journey, my story, and I'm so grateful for what I do. And I can help you too. So if you are serious about changing your life, if you're serious about living a more happy, more joyful, more fulfilled life, even if you don't know how that looks like, or you do know how that looks like, I am here for you. I have been where you are. I've been unhappy, unfulfilled, wanting to have more happiness and fulfillment, and I can guide you to go through this journey as well. I'm going to put the link to my calendar in the description below. Please go ahead and book a Zoom call with me. I would love to help you over a quick Zoom call and give you some tips on how you can move forward to get closer to a happier, more joyful, more fulfilled life with more freedom, however it looks like. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have other people, colleagues, friends, whoever you think would benefit from something like that, and who are thinking to change their jobs and do something that they are passionate about, please share this video with them. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you soon. Bye now.